Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the 192nd segment of Being Inspired with Buzopat Life-Changing Reality. I remain Honorable Ambassador Buzopat to see we're your host, and this is our platform, like I always say, where we embrace the truth that leads to our freedom. Yes. My people, remember to subscribe, like, drop your comments, share to your friends and contacts whenever you come across this video, and then remember to click on the notification button so that you will be the next to know whenever it drops. You will be the first and the next person that will be notified. Thank you so much. Today, I will be talking on this topic, when to walk away. Yes. Walking away most times sounds like it's something so terrible each time we hear about it. But honestly, walking away has nothing to do with weakness, but it has everything to do with strength. Knowing when to walk away is wisdom. Being able to walk away is courage. And walking away itself is grace, and your head held high in dignity. That's what it all entails, okay? And I know that oftentimes we all hate to fail. We all hate to fail. We hate to give up. We hate to give in. And we hate to walk away. I understand that perfectly, And I also understand that we love challenges of life, and we want to keep on keeping on, irrespective of what we made on our way, until we achieve, or whatever it is that we want to achieve or win is actually accomplished, vanquished, overcome, and then, we just want to excel. And nobody wants to give up in the process. But my dear, I think sometimes these things that we want to keep holding on to doesn't really work like that. And it doesn't actually work the way we think and the way we plan it most times. And so, you need to learn when to physiologically shrunk and walk away with your pride intact and your dignity unruffled. That is the essence of this topic today, because there are times you find yourself even in positions to do even, to retaliate, to revenge, and to burn it all down. But you don't. You know why? You don't get mad, and you don't even need to bother, because walking away most times makes your winning so superb. It makes you, if you ask me, there can never be a better way of getting even than to ignore something completely when you know that thing will be fuming at your silence. Do you understand? You need to learn to put a space and time between you and the trouble or problems, And then because I don't know how to explain this thing so that you will understand, but I'm going to do justice to it the best way I can, Because being able to walk away actually gives you, it communicates that you highly value yourself, what you have to offer, and that you don't tolerate being where you're being mistreated or being taken for granted. That is it. So when you give space and time to that problem or trouble, it gives you a wider view and a better perspective of all that has transpired, of all that you've been through. You will have a wider view. You'll be able to do an in-depth analysis to the whole situation. You'll be able to critically research, rehearse the whole thing, and then do rank zeros on everything, and be able to say, yes, I did the right thing. The truth is that most people don't know how. And each time we talk about walking away, a lot of people equal it or attribute it to walking away from marriage, walking away from abusive relationship, walking away from things like that that actually make people emotional and make people want to start saying, bringing Bible quotation and all that. That doesn't, you need to walk away from everything toxic. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what. Somebody asked me, and that's why I actually realized that most people don't know when to walk away and how to walk away until it's too late. Look around you. Look around you. Even if you're not hearing, you're seeing. If you're not seeing, somebody is discussing it. This is not about you having data or to be in social media. This is not about you being in a community. It's about the fact that a lot of people stay longer than necessary in a place where they're not supposed to. And they ended up not walking away with their life. But it's time people learn how to live. And walking away from some situations that are so ugly and unexplainable. And shunning whatever excuses we make for ourselves. Because a lot of people will tell you, I'm doing it for this. I know that this is wrong, but I'm doing it for this. If not for my children. If not, they hold on to reasons that don't make sense. And when they lose their life, those reasons become more miserable. They don't know when to walk away to stay alive. And this was a question somebody asked me. I like being honest. When that person asked me if I think it's right to walk away, you know what I said? I said to the person, this is a setup. You really want to set me up, or you actually want to know what I need to say. But I said, I am not going to say anything to you based on you and your situation or whatever it is that you've said here, no. Because that will be giving you direct advice. And the one thing about advice is that there are people that can carry advice and there are people that cannot carry advice. So I always tell people, before you give somebody a solution, check the capability of the person. Check the strength of the person before you know what to do. Or else you've got what it takes. Not to just pull the person out and leave the person on the street, or pull the person out and make sure you go all out and go all the way in establishing the person. If not, find a way around that situation and don't just move. That doesn't work like that. And for so many people that have called me and down, help me move situation, I never really actually came through for them because there are a lot that is involved with it. I need to cancel. I need to see you. I need to know what it is that you can do better. I need to understand what the situation is. I need to know if the fault is actually coming from you. Because most people cry, meanwhile they are the architect of their own misfortune. There are so many things one has to look into before you know the next thing to do for somebody. But walking away from situations that are ugly is a yes. Is a yes. There's nothing there to actually negotiate. But I said, that I'm going to, just talk generally. That a lot is really going on in our society and in our world. And it hurts to see two people who basically has nothing to be doing together, hanging together in the name of love. When the red flags that are beaming around them are just like headlamp. Some people don't even know when they're not supposed to be together in the first place. Some people don't even know when they are not accepted in a place. Some people don't even read the handwriting on the wall. They don't just check if their presence is constituting a nuisance in a place, if they are wanted or not. Some people don't even know how to go about it. They just don't know. They don't read anything. They are just there. They're just there, wanting to fit in, pushing, squeezing to fit in, squeezing to just, okay. And again, what will people say? We have been so down with what will people say, and we are looking at our brothers and sisters, losing their lives on per second billing. And we don't know what to say. Every day you open up your social media account, it is one ugly picture, one ugly this, go to offices. People, why kill somebody in an office when you can leave? If you know you're not being treated right there, why do you need to go and look for who to poison? Why don't you just go? There are times that the situations may be so ugly where you are because it's time for you to move. And if you move from that place, you're going to enter into a place that is so palatable, a place you will be saying, oh, if I had known, I would have been there for a longer time. If you are where you're being beaten to stupor every day, do I need to tell you what to do? If you don't feel emotionally or physically safe in a place, if trust has been broken multiple times and you have none left, if your mental health is being bastardized daily, if your emotional needs are dismissed or ignored, despite talking, crying, and moaning and everything, if there's an ongoing disrespect or content that are so embarrassing and actually shows that the person that you're with or environment where you're in, or they don't care about you and they don't want to know, and they're just practically doing everything for you to know that you need to take a walk and walk away, and yet you refuse to see what they're doing. And you're carrying insult and disrespect in Ghana must go, and you just keep staying. If your presence irritates people in the office, at home, and all that, when you're drained more than you're fulfilled in a place, if you actually empathize, or if your empathy becomes like becomes detriment to your general well-being, then, my dear, you need to have empathy on yourself and walk away. And walk away. Don't misunderstand this that I'm saying. Letting go and walking away means that you're actually exercising control. And you're taking a decision, that you are in control, that you can do some things concerning your life, that you have what it takes to actually make a choice, and that you want to live. It's not just from abusive marriage, I keep saying. It's good. See, there are so many places I can mention that are toxic, that you're not supposed to be there. And if you find yourself in such a situation, the best thing to do is to walk away. If you're where you know that you don't have a say, you're very wise, you're intelligent, you're superb, but you cannot talk because you're considered an inferior person. You can't contribute to anything. Nobody cares what you know. Nobody wants to know what you know. Nobody gives a heck about you. What are you doing in that place? If you're in a circle where they actually treat you like, who is this one? What are you doing there? If you're in a relationship where you don't matter, you don't matter. Whether you're there or not, it doesn't matter. What are you still doing there? If you're in a marriage where you're being beaten on per second billing, where every argument leads to bottles being broken on your head, you're being stabbed, you're being hospitalized, what in the name of what do you say you're hanging in for? So many people need to actually know when to stay, because BID, brought in dead, is just there. And families, I don't know why we had to open up for a brother to be shouting, so you finally killed her. Oh, a sister is shouting, so you finally killed him. What were you people doing? This is not about the person not agreeing. As a family, you need to help your own. What are friends doing when they can come up to be giving testimony about something that has happened to their own? What were you doing when it was going on? If you actually have all those kind of knowledge, what were you doing? When do we need to learn that we need to go all out to help our own, irrespective of what? Because we care, because of God. Especially when those people cannot help themselves. So what are we doing? Most times walking away makes the person you walked away from to actually pursue you like they've never known you, to like you the more, and to make genuine effort to keep you, because they were not expecting that you actually have the courage and right to take a decision to work. And that's when they will say, oh, if you could work, that means I am actually taking you for granted. We need to realize that if it's dead, it's dead. You don't need to go digging it up every hour to keep checking if it has a pulse, which most of us are doing in the environment where we are. Something we know that is not working. We are where we know that we're not needed. Where we with people that we know they don't care. And every time we keep trying to show our face, to keep checking if there's a pulse. If it's dead, it's dead. Leave it and walk away. Leave it and walk away. Like I said, it's not just on marriages or abusive relationship. There is power in living. And again, living silently. Because it's not every time that you need to make noise about it. And it's not every time that you need to owe people explanation, you know. When you live quietly and silently, it shows that it's a decision you made with clarity and full of awareness of the consequences and what is involved. And you've decided that this is the best for you. It shows that you actually thought about it with everything inside you, that you involve everything that needed to be involved, and this is the way out. And then you have the courage to take a walk from that relationship, from that environment, from that situation, from that people, anywhere you are that you're being shocked, that is so toxic you can't breathe. You need to leave that environment. You need to leave that place. Instead of knocking yourself all up and screaming I'm finished, and thinking, okay, even some people trying to buy themselves on something that is so unrealistic. Cultivate the courage to wash your hands and fling the water. Cultivate it, you know, because you're not doing this for anybody. You're doing it to protect you, to define you, to nurture you, and to make you a happy person. And if you are happy, my dear, you will be useful, not just to yourself, to people around you, and to the society in general. Because if you're happy, you will be able to help another person and be positive in things you do, and create and spread love and happiness wherever you are, because you're happy. You know, remember that I said that knowing when to walk away is wisdom. It's wisdom. And being able to walk away is courage. You know, it's not easy. It's not everybody that can do it. But if you can master that courage, then you've done yourself noble. And then I said, walking away proper, walking away on its own is grace. It is not easy to do. It is grace. And everybody needs to call for grace, beg for grace, pray for grace, seek for it, yearn for it, actually try to draw it in order for you to be able to do what you need to do for yourself. You know, and that I said, that eventually accomplishing it is holding your head high and raising your shoulder with pride and dignity is all out everything that you need. Everything. Everything. Like I said, I know we hate to fail. But my dear, there are sometimes we need to fail in order to succeed. We need to fail in order to live. We need to fail in order to fly. Yes. Yes. There are things you do for yourself. It's not failing. It's saving your life. Saving your children. And saving everything. There are so many toxic environments. If you go to parastatals, if you go to some ministries, if you go to some offices, if you go to some churches, if you go to, there are times I tell people you don't need to change your God, but you could change wherever it is that, that they want to shock you. So many people are not nice at all. And so many environments are better imagined than be inside. And people experience this every day. And so many marriages are horrible. And so many relationships are fire. Are fire. There are things I can't even comprehend. We're not even talking about husband and wife who have tied the knots, and then things have gone south, and then it is catch and kill them. I am talking about relationship that have not even gone anywhere. It's just a relationship. And you're being beaten black and you're sitting pretty there. And you're calling what? You know the kind of love Jesus has for us. You know that? If you are not finding it wherever you are, please, walk away. Walk away. Walk away. This is my message for us today. Don't forget to follow me at Instagram, Be Inspired with Ambassador of Buzopat. Follow me at sorry. You see what walk away is doing to me. Follow me at Facebook, Be Inspired with Buzopat, A Moment of Truth with Buzo. Follow me at everywhere. If you want to follow me. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay. Bye.